If you love crisp, melt-in-your-mouth cookies filled with dulce de leche and then rolled in coconut, say hello to Alfajores. This South American cookie is a treat you have to try. Hey, you're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious homemade dishes to share with your family and friends. These cookies will be ready before you know it, so let's get started. First off, let's get all of our dry ingredients together, starting with 1 cup or 120 grams of all-purpose flour. You're like, that's not a lot of flour. What's going on here? This is a cornstarch cookie, meaning it's gonna be really delicate, crisp, and melt in your mouth. 1 1/4 cup, oh my gosh. The feel of cornstarch on my skin sends shivers down my spine. It's the worst thing ever, but this cookie's worth it. Let me know in the comments if it bothers you as much as it does me. I need to go wash my hands in a second. Anyways, 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, let's sift it out and whisk it up. Set this aside and let's get a stand mixer or an electric hand mixer out. Into the bowl of your stand mixer, add 3/4 of a cup or 170 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. Now I'm adding in about a teaspoon of lemon zest. This is gonna give you a really nice kind of underlying flavor in the cookie. Now 2/3 of a cup or 133 grams of granulated sugar. Put that paddle attachment on and we're gonna mix this up. We're gonna mix this on high for about 3 minutes or until it's nice, light, fluffy, and homogeneous. And you can always either scrape the bowl down or scrape the bowl down. And continue. While that's mixing, let's separate 3 eggs. We'll be using the yolks. Okay. My mixture is nice, light, and fluffy. This is what it looks like. We're gonna add our egg yolks in one at a time while mixing, then add the vanilla and scrape down. To you, it looks just like butter, but to me, I see just egg yolks, so we need to mix it up. Mix this until it is totally smooth. Dump the dry ingredients in. Oh my gosh, the cornstarch. Now mix this on low until just combined. All right, this needs a little bit of a scrape. Keep mixing until combined. So it looks really crumbly and you're like, whoa, this looks wrong. But then, by magic, it comes together just like in a snap. So as soon as it comes together like this, you're ready to go. So as I said earlier, because of all the cornstarch in this recipe, the cookie will really bake perfectly and you don't need to give it that much chill time. But cutting the cookie out and moving it onto your baking sheet means the dough has to be pretty stiff, and because of that, we will be chilling it. Transfer your cookie dough onto either a pastry mat or a well-floured surface. Lightly floured surface, don't use too much. Form it into a nice lump, and then we're gonna cut it into 2 pieces. They don't have to be exactly the same, it's just to make it more easy when we roll it out. I'm gonna wrap these in plastic now, and before they go into the fridge, I'm just gonna give them a little bit of a head start and flatten them even more. It just makes rolling it much easier when it's already pretty thin. It'll also chill it quicker. Pop your dough into the fridge and chill it for 30 to 60 minutes or until it's nice and firm. Let's go. Once your dough's chilled, leave it on the counter to warm up for just a few minutes so it's pliable. You want to be able to roll it out without cracking the dough. Lightly flour surface. I'm using a pastry mat, but you could use your counter as well. And then we're gonna unwrap and roll. Sprinkle it out. I'm using my favorite cookie rolling pin. It has little bumpers on the side and I set them to 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters. So it'll be exactly the same thickness all around. As you roll out the dough, make sure to just keep flouring and moving because it will stick if you're not careful. This has been rolled out sufficiently. Now we're gonna cut circular cookies and, I mean, not to be crass, but I'm thinking Oreo size for them. So probably this. Place them onto a baking sheet lined with either parchment paper or a silicone mat and have your oven set to 350 because we're gonna bake these up as soon as they're ready. My cookies are ready to go into the oven at 350 for about 8 minutes and just give the pan 1 rotation halfway through for a nice even bake. I re-rolled the excess dough and I'm just cutting out a set of circles that are 1 size up on my graduated circle cutting set. This one is like 1 3/8 of an inch, and this is just under 2 inches. My next batch of cookies is ready to go into the oven, but first, let's take a peek at this dulce de leche. My local markets don't sell it, so I have to make my own with sweetened condensed milk. It's really easy, it just takes a little bit of time. You can click up here if you want all the instructions, and I give you a couple different ways to make it. Let's see. Look at this. That is some caramelized milk magic. It is so silky delicious and perfectly sweet. If you're a dulce de leche lover, you know all about it. It goes so well in so many recipes, including my banoffee pie, which you can click up here for. Dulce de leche, bananas, toffee, whipped cream. Mwah. I gave my cookies exactly 8 minutes in the oven, and you can see they're lightly golden just on the edge. I don't want them to go too dark, but they will still taste crispy and delicious even if they go a little bit further. Transfer your dulce de leche into a piping bag, or if you're feeling adventurous, you could just spoon it in there, but I like using the piping bag. Look at this color. Do you see this silky, majestic majesty? My mom would say, me encanta, but with a much better accent. My mother is from Mexico, but this is more of a South American treat, so think Peru, Argentina. You can let me know if you've heard of these cookies before and if you enjoy any variations. Onto the back of one cookie, then press together to sandwich it. You don't want a ton because this dulce de leche is very silky and flowy, and they will just kind of fall apart if it's too filled. You can continue this process for the rest of your cookies, and if you'd like, you can make a little assembly line so it goes really fast. These cookies are such a treat to have with coffee in the morning or in the afternoon or at nighttime. And I may have eaten one off camera, so this guy will have a mate when the next batch comes out of the oven. The last step is to roll your cookies in some desiccated coconut. So that's not the angel flake sweetened coconut, it's just dried coconut. Roll the cookie in that coconut and you have a delicious treat now. The coconut adds a nice depth of flavor as well as a little bit of extra texture to your cookie. I'm gonna eat these all night now. I'm gonna eat them all. These are the bigger cookies, by the way. You can let me know in the comments which you think you would prefer, the smaller ones or the larger. I'm torn. If you like this video, check out my cookie playlist. All of my favorite cookies in one playlist for you. But now it's time for a bite. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Crisp, tender, melt in your mouth cookie with a little bit of lemon, the vanilla, and of course that silky dulce de leche. You've gotta try this recipe. And if you like my videos, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. That's about cookies.